Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome along to the WSF Championships of 2026. We're in the Marinella Hotel in Sofia, Bulgaria, and this is the start out of the knockout stages of the championship. Our game this morning is between Rodions Judins of Latvia and Gary Milner from England. So this is the last 1-2-8 match, and I'll go through the other games that are going on in this particular round. 78 players have qualified. This is where it's win or go home. Rodions to break in this opening frame. So Derek Kiley here with you during the day. We'll have 3 commentary games, 2 games back to back at 10 a.m. local time here this session, the 10 a.m. session. We'll also have a match right after this, a game that I'm looking forward to as well. Mark Joyce takes on Chen Chen, so it's going to be a different type of game than this one. That's a beautiful start for Rodions. We did one of these matches earlier on in the championship, and it was the best display of safety I've seen in a long time. He played against Hayden Stanyland in that match, and his safety play was just impeccable. So, good morning to you all. Hope you're going to enjoy today's snooker. Thanks for joining us here. I'll go through the other 13, last 128 knockouts. Of course, they will progress. The winners of these 7 players will progress to the last 64, and that was just hit a little hard. You can see by the cue ball he didn't want to be that much of an angle. So Gary to get in here. Gary was part of a 14 group here in Sofia, the group with Vladislav Gradinari, who won it. And we saw a great game yesterday between himself and the person that finished 3rd in the group. That was Panchaya from Thailand. Panchaya Chanoi. What a prospect that lady is. Excellent player. And Biltold Bistritsky was the other player in that group. Rodions came out with a 5-person group that was won by Dean Young of Scotland, Hayden Stanyland, Nico Leclerc of Hungary, and Mohamed Reda Mator. So they've got out of the groups, they're into the knockouts, and again a very good shot from Rodions Judins. So these players in this particular phase of the knockout draw were the runners-up in their groups. I will run around the tables and tell you who's playing in this particular knockout phase. Well, he's going to hit the black here. So Rodions won't move a muscle. He'll ask for the cue ball to be replaced. So our referee is the excellent Rod Eaton from England. What an absolute gentleman, a lovely guy, great referee, very experienced, a real character. Whenever I'm commentating and he's on the table, he's always telling me to go easy on him. He never makes a mistake. So, not while I'm commentating anyway, so I'm waiting for that moment, I really am. Well, this is a better line. So let's take a look. Table 1 we have here. Table 2, the other stream game, has Georgia Jokiev, and he's playing against Zhu Jianhui. Table 3, Joshua Thomond against Milowski. On table 4, it's Prim Ratnuka, who plays against Adam Abbas. That's great to see that young kid in the knockout stages. It really is. France's Neil Vincent takes on Wesley Cooper on table 5. Stephen Wardroper and Luke Pinches against each other on table 6. O'Shea Scott and Zhou Xing play on table 7. On table 8, it's Joseph Kasha versus Vito Pescic. Iziragun from Thailand takes on Peter Devlin on table 9. Table 10 is Joshua O'Connor against Andrei Gladic. On table 11, it's Mohammed against Ruberg. Table 12, James Crofts against Rory McLeod. Table 13, Yaron Rodor and Kara Hedemedovich, and Imahedi Pagane and Kaelan Patel play on table 14. One thing we know, Gary Milner can make the pots, but he's a very good safety player as well. Both these players, in fact, unusually have a high tournament break of 145. So, no problem making the breaks. The safety battle will be fascinating. Well, let's open the balls up a lot, but look at the cue ball. Excellent shot again. So the format for the knockout today, we have this last 128, 10 a.m. session, local time. At 2 p.m. we have the first matches in the last 64. We have the last matches in the last 60, or the second last matches in the last 64. Good shot by Gary. That's at 4 p.m. and there's 4 games to complete the round of the last 64 at 6 p.m. That is today, Thursday, the 29th of January, 2026. And tomorrow, Friday, we have last 32 and last 16 games. We have 2 sessions of last 32 matches at 10 a.m. and 12 noon. And at 6 p.m. we have the last 16. On Saturday at 10 a.m. local time, we have the quarterfinal. And at 4 p.m. we have the semi-finals. And it all comes down to Sunday, the 1st of February at 2 p.m. when 2 players will play for the title of 2026 WSF champions, but also that amazing offer to go on the main tour as a professional player. The World Snooker Tour awaits one person. 78 players all have the same dream, and it starts right here in Sofia. So the ball's nicely spread for Gary. Very calm and relaxed player is Gary Milner. Very focused. Just playing these shots nice and gently. Position has been A1 so far, and Gary goes into a 10-point lead, his first real opportunity. Well, he hits the ball so smoothly. When you're looking at Gary play, you never feel that these shots are a problem, because he just has a lovely cue action, another good shot, nice angle on the black as well. I will do my best to keep you up to date with all the last 128 matches that are in progress at the moment. Of course, the difference in this and the group games is they will be the best of 7, the group games best of 5. And the matches will stay best of 7 all the way until the final, and the final on Sunday, the 1st of February, will be the best of 9. Well, the points are starting to mount up now. 47 points on board, 32 the lead. And these reds look pretty from a potting point of view. Lots of options. Bottom red will pot here with that cluster of 3. So that could possibly be the red he's going to look at here. No, it looks like he's rolling through. Indeed, I thought he might do that, but hit that with quite a bit of force. Now he's nestled up next to that red, so that makes this shot awkward. Very awkward. You can see he just needs to roll this through. The white will take care of itself. He's done just that, but he's come a little close to the black, but it's okay. It's difficult, but he's going to have to get some sort of a rest here or an extension. He's stretching right across. Very good shot. Now he's got to look at the pink this time, because he can't get down to the black. The pink is on the blue spot, which is helping. Well, he's overcooked that one a bit. Now the pink becomes a very difficult shot. When you're stuck to the cushion like that, one thing for sure and certain, you've got a chance that you could make a mistake. And that's a beautiful shot on the green. Excellent recovery to position for Gary Milner. Well, this is a very bright start by Gary. After this black, just 59 points available. Now, the top red will definitely pot to the centre pocket, but both of them will pot to this pocket. So this is a very impressive opening visit from Gary Milner. Now everything looks so accurate with him. Couldn't ask for a better start. A couple of sneakers required by Rodions Judins already. Gary Milner set out his stall very early here. And the frame is one, so definitely correct to try and get this awkward red into the pocket and get it off the table. Another excellent shot. Potential 115 break on here. And from Gary's point of view, he's keeping Rodions away from the table. We know Rodions is an excellent player. Gary will be well aware of that. Difficulty getting onto the red here. He may look at potting it into the bottom left-hand corner. It's a difficult shot. Well, he's come right around. Not a good pot in the black.
96.
Well, that's missed. Unlucky. Fantastic opening visit from Gary Milner. Gary Milner's really set his stall out here early. Can't argue with anything he's done there. He leads by 1 frame to 0. So, frame number 2. A very good shot again, forcing Rodions to play this down the table, or I should say forcing Gary to have to come down the table, and again impeccable safety from Rodions after that early pot. Well, that was a pretty impressive opening frame. Somebody had their Weetabix this morning. That's heading very close to the pocket and straight into it. So an error there from Rodions. The winner of this match will meet Michael Larkoff in the last 64, the newly crowned WSF Junior Champion. Well, he definitely didn't want to catch Brown, almost potted it with the red. No slight error there. Left the cue ball by the ball cushion, so not the easiest of shots, but an opportunity for Rodions to get another point on the board here. That's excellent. Well, the remaining 13 reds pretty much intact. What's Rodions got up his sleeve with this one? Well, he's hit the reds beautifully. He's got a red by the black spot to work with. After the opening frame, I'm not surprised that he's not taking a risk here. And for once, his weight of the cue ball is not 100%. He would have liked this really close to the cushion. Had the green to work with. This red ball coming down, it stays in the open. 5 very open reds to the left of this cluster. This one, I think Rodions, well, he's looking at just touching this in. So he's done well there because he hasn't left a touching ball. Gary was free-flowing in the opening frame. I don't think he wants to get involved in a game of tapping. There's an avenue up towards the yellow ball here. Well, Yaran Badur is one up in his match. It's an early frame, but he's ready player. Joshua Cooper one up at the moment as well. Zhao Zing one up in his match, and Joseph Kasha also a frame to the good. That is a mistake. The pressure of knockout snooker totally different to the group matches. Frin Ratmuka one up on his match. Luke Pincher's also one in front, as is Zhu Jarui and Milwaukee. He's missed that, and the white ball is going to go into the pocket here, is it? Oh, it held up. Well, he missed the obvious shot. You can see the red that is available. Well, there's two. One to the very end, and with that red by the left corner pocket, that does make safety more important. It's always important, but it's even more when you know there's a ball available. Looking to get up behind the green here is Gary. He's got good pace on the cue ball. It's a little short of the target, but very nicely placed by the top cushion. Now a chance here for Rodions. Does that well. You get a kiss off the yellow here. Won't mind that. And what's the frame of mind he's looking at this? So a nice clean pot. So got a few balls to pick from here. Oh, just jams in the pocket, and that was unlucky. He's left the red to the right here. The black on the cushion. Opportunity for Gary. Couldn't have got much closer to potting that. We just need to hit this within a gentle pace. And misses it. So neither player really taking their opportunities in the second frame. The red up the table, and that changes the thoughts of going back up for safety. Let's just go through the opponents in the last 64 waiting for this session's winners. The winner of the game between Yaran Badur and Kamana Hedovic will play Ryan Davies. Last 64 match, Sean Maddox will play Ryan Thomerson. Mark Joyce will play Chen Chen. That game is our next game here. Right after this, that's an excellent shot from Gary Milner. In the last 64, Ali will play Rodions Judins, Almidi Fagan and Kailan Patel playing at the moment. The winner of that will meet Milosevic. Daniel Boys in the last 64 will play Marcus Deo, an All-England game there. Vladislav Gradinari will meet Sean Louis in this particular round. Joshua Thorman is playing Milwaukee. The winners of that match will meet Oliver Sykes. Prem Ratmuka and Adam Abbas. The winner plays Nicholas Motro. In the last 64, Scotland versus Germany, Jack Borwick will play Umet Dikme. Well, that was loose, and it's offered Rodions Judins a chance here, and the ball's spread very open. Another All-England last 64 game. Bradley Cowdery takes on Caden Brierley. In the current session, Neil Vincent from France against Wesley Cooper. The winners of that will play Northern Ireland's Joel Connolly. Stephen Wardroper and Luke Pinchas are playing at the moment. The winner will play Malta's Chris Peplow. Wang Zimbo at the moment playing against Nia Takatong. So China versus Thailand in that game. Scotland's Dean Young, who was the winner of Rodions' group, he will play against Michael Kuchik. O'Shea Scott and Zhou Zing playing at the moment. The winners will play Chakuil from Thailand. Ashley Hugel is waiting for the match at the moment between Georgiev and Zhu Jianwei. Wang Xingzhong is playing against Harvey Chandler in the last 64. That's going to be a really good game. Mervyn Donnelly, who's had an excellent group matches here. He takes on Nurzian. It's Kasha versus Pesic. The winner plays Stuart Carrington. The winner of this match plays Michael Larkop. Billy Castle is up against Daniel Haloida. It's England versus the United States of America in that game. In the last 64, Arseny Korolev will play against Kirill Badia. Lasse Runkum is playing at the moment against Devlin. The winners play Ashley Carter, or Carty I should say. Alfie Davis is waiting for Joshua Cooper or Andrea Kladic. Yukui Chang is playing Riley Powell, the young Welsh player. Another All-England game. Hamid Mia against Matthew Glasby. At the moment, Mohammed and Ruberg are playing. The winner will play Bai Langning. Craig Steadman takes on Simon Blackwell in another All-England last 64 game. And Patrick Whelan takes on Victor Iliev. Another England last 64 encounter, Aidan Murphy against Halim Hussain. And at the moment, Jake Crofts and Rory McLeod are playing. The winner will play Yu Hang Wang. That's a lot of matches, a lot of information. It will get easier as we go along. But to keep your championship hopes alive, you've got to win your matches now. No second chances. Well, it's been a pretty stop-start, bit of a slower start to this frame than the opener. Of course, in with a 96 break from Gary Milner, made that a very quick frame. He's such a good safety player as Rodions. He seems to always find the correct route. He's made one or two uncharacteristic mistakes early in this match. I was so impressed with the cue ball, the weight of the cue ball. It nearly always comes to rest on the ball cushion. Well, that was a long way from the pot. He went for that, and it's very careless because the balls are now spread wide open for Rodions. A huge opportunity to put a frame back here. Still a long way to go in this particular frame, but the balls are spread very nicely, and you just don't want to do that. So that's not the best shot. He still has the pink to the right corner. It's a lot more difficult than what he would have hoped. And he's hit that too low. Well, this isn't an easy shot either. He's got away with that a bit, Rodions, but it's going to be an opportunity to get going here because Gary hasn't really got going in this frame yet. Don't think he'll be rolling up behind the green. Not the way the reds are. He will fancy his chances if he can get enough purchase on the cue ball. There's a lot of points available. Well, had to hit that firmly and did well. He's going to have something on offer no matter what it is. He would have liked to have held for the red just below those two. So a very good shot to get through that gap and find the blue ball. Now he's in a good position. He's got the pink in open play. The black just slightly off the bottom cushion. So be interested to see what he takes on here after this shot. Well, he's held lovely for the red. That is near the pink spot. And he'll have the pink as an option straight after this. I love the way that Gary rolls them in. Everything is done so calmly and precisely. It goes to show you don't need to blast the ball all over the table if you get your position correct. Well, deciding to get the brown away from the pocket, not a bad plan. That plan has now slightly been hampered by a very awkward shot on the brown. He has this pink at the red at the bottom here, just to the right of those two reds to take on, but that's not an easy shot. Did well there to generate any kind of speed. So that was very awkward. And yet another awkward shot. He's having to earn his crust here is Gary Milner. Just goes to show you how punishing it can be when you run out of position. Not a well played shot. Slightly higher on the blue than he would have liked, but if he can gently caress this cue ball down to those two reds, but he can also try and run through to the red at the bottom, but he's got to make sure of the blue first, and he's done that with a bit of pace on it. It's gone a little high up the table there, but he had to make sure of the blue. Oh, that's a very good pot. He's going to go up to the baulk colours now. It will be the yellow. 59 points still available. A 17-point lead. He's got to make sure of this. It's a dangerous shot because he's going to have to put a bit of fizz into the cue ball. Well, he's caught the brown. The last thing he would have wanted. He's got these to the bottom left corner, but they're not easy. Then he would have hoped to have got down by the blue spot or in that area. He's going to have a go at this one. Oh, what a fantastic pot from Gary Milner. So he's got the green, nice kick on the green to make it available. If he can get down the table, this is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, a frame-winning opportunity. He leads by 20 points. After the screen, there will be 51 points available. He's done really well there. He's got the red to the left. And when Gary gets in, doesn't miss a whole lot, does he? That was a great pot, but it was a little tighter than Gary would have liked. He's got a tricky little cut into the corner pocket here. These ones can go horribly wrong. But he's in the flow, Gary. He doesn't look like he's going to miss anything, but he misses that. And he's been lucky that the red has come back across. Ooh. That could have been the frame there had he pot that. And he's been very, very lucky. May just touch these together. He's got the option to go up the table off the red he's playing, but there's always a chance you might collide into a ball on the way up. That's another well-paced shot, but I'm not sure if this pots into the pocket or not. Is this plant's available for Rodion? Doesn't look like it, but no, he comes back in the other direction. It's a very good shot. Well, this is definitely gone up the table. He hasn't any choice really. Gary will look to get this as far away from these two balls as possible. He's played it well. It's a very good shot. Well, it didn't hit that the way he wanted to at all. If it's not potable, which I don't think it is, looking at Rodions apologising there, if he can hit this correctly, he can keep the cue ball behind the brown. If he's got that angle, he's just got to be careful, because I think the number one task here is to get that red ball safe. Yes, it's a good choice to come down the table. It's another very good shot from Gary Milner. When you're at prestigious events like this and top tournaments with so much at stake, there's a totally different atmosphere in the room today in this arena. You could sense the difference. Okay, well, got away with that too. So both players getting away with a little at the moment. That is not going to last. Somewhere along the line here, something's got to give. Needed really to get behind the yellow ball there. Still a good shot, don't get me wrong. Didn't want the blue. Chance for Rodions. Good shot. Want the cue ball to slow down a bit. So he's seriously got to consider what he's going to do with the cue ball here. He could try and drop that blue into the centre pocket. He's looking at playing the snooker behind the blue. He's underhit that by a country mile. That's an excellent shot. What a great snooker that is. Great shot from Rodions. Knows his angles very well indeed. Definitely a shot to nothing here. He can get the cue ball back up the table. The only danger is maybe hitting the black, but that won't bother him if he gets this pot. And he does. Fantastic pot. Well, this is a real chance to pull one back. Well, he's not played that well at all. Oh, he may not be as straight as I thought. It's a good pot. Thought he was a bit more straight on the yellow there. Oh, sorry, I'll take that back, Rodions. Okay. That's a good angle to get for the blue, because the blue is the only tricky colour in this frame. Just needs to keep his concentration levels up here. Well, with the cue ball up against the cushion, it does make it slightly more difficult, but it's just a little gentle shot to the centre pocket. It's a fantastic positional shot from Rodions. That's even better. So this black ball will make it one frame apiece. It's been a difficult frame for both players, but when the opportunity came along, it was Rodions Judins who took it. He's potted the black, he's cleared up the remaining colours. It's one frame apiece, and high standard snooker between these two players, and Rodions Judins will feel the better after that. It's Rodions Judins 1, Gary Milner 1. Frame number 3 coming very, very soon. So, frame number 3. We have two very good players here that are well capable of playing very, very good safety and are good potters as well. Well, this red ball is going up towards the top corner pocket. Not tempted by it at all, Rodions. Methodical in his approach. And then when he presses the button, he goes at a different pace. Well, confidence there from Gary, making sure to not leave the pot. He would have liked to have covered it, but he hasn't. Rodions would have liked that tight to the cushion. The cue ball. And they've all got back together again. All the reds. Very bunched. It's a bit of a mistake there. It's a big mistake because it didn't catch the red correctly. He's clashed into the blue. And an opportunity for Gary Milner here. Oh, it's missed. Expected him to pot that. Came close. Very good shot from Rodions. Got the right pace on that. We're going to see a few fireworks here. It's got to be so accurate with the black ball. Oh, he's unlucky. He's missed. He just clipped the pack and he's almost going to snooker himself here. Doesn't get more unlucky than that. So just brushing the red there. Normal service resumed for Rodions Judins. Good weight on the cue ball. missed that as Gary. I think he'll be asked to play away. I don't think Rodions. Well, he fancies taking this and getting it. I don't know how much more he can improve on this shot. Well, there's the answer to that question. What a fantastic shot from Gary Milner from a very difficult position. There's a couple of loose reds down here now. He's got to be a bit more cautious. Doesn't want to catch it too thin. Another excellent shot. We're playing this session started just about an hour and 5 minutes ago. And we have an early result. And it's pretty stuff, pretty impressive stuff. Under an hour to win 4-0 for Xiao Xing, beating O'Shea Scott. It's the first result of the morning here. So the benefit of the touching ball leaves Gary Milner deep in balk again. Looking for the blue ball this time possibly. Well, no, he's split him. He's gone right back up to behind the brown. Excellent. If you like your safety play, you're going to love this match. These two players are so good at it. Let's take a wander around and see the other 12 matches that are in play at the moment, see how they're going. Well, Georgiev has pulled a frame back on Zhu Jianhui. It is now 1 frame apiece in that match. That's the last thing. Oh, he's had a real run of luck there. That could have been a lot worse. This red is very gettable. And he's going to be working to get the cue ball back up the table anyway. That's an excellent pot from Rodions Judins. Really good pot. Joshua Thormond is now 2-1 up in Midweski against Midweski. It's 2-0 for, or 2-1 I should say, for Prin Ratmutka. He leads by 2 frames to 1 over Adam Abbas, the young English player, the youngest player in the knockout stages, I think. Westick Cooper now 2 up on Neil Vincent. as is Luke Pinches against Stephen Waterper. He leads by 2-0. That's a lovely shot. Referee Rod Eden having a look at the pink spot. He's satisfied that it's not available. Well, that's worked out really nice. It's a good split. Pink now will go back to a spot, which is no bad thing. It gives the opportunity to play it after this. He can try and get the blue on its spot as well. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Jake Crops and Rory McLeod tied at 1 frame apiece. Azar Mohammed and Shaka Ruberg pulling a frame back, was 1 behind. Karim Mahedovic is 1-1 with Yaron Boder, I should say. It's all square on that. That's a very good pot from this Latvian player. He's got the yellow ball, very difficult blue. Just taking a look to see what's available. Suddenly 37 points in front. Decent lead in this particular frame because it was very tight to begin with. Well, that is accuracy with a capital A. You can see this red into the corner pocket. And the other score we have at the moment, El Mehdi Pagane 2-1 up on Kailan Patel. Well, a difficult red here, but 45 points on board, and he's going to be going back up the table off this. Oh, and he thought it was gone, and so did everybody, but it somehow manages to stay out, and a chance for Gary Milner to get back into this frame. That was very unlucky. Well, what can Gary bring to the table? has missed the pink. It is a big mistake. The way the balls are lined up at the moment, a couple of options for Rodions. A lot of power to get that up below the blue. Not easy to pot, but he's got to be careful of that top left corner pocket. Oh, he's played that very softly. Took any danger out of the equation. He's got the red to the right of the pink spot just below it. He's got the gate way out of there. There's a nice gap between the balls. Beautiful. I think we're going to get a little snooker coming up here. If he doesn't feel like taking it to the middle, which he won't. So 51-point lead. 67 points available in the snooker behind the pink at the top of the table. Difficult moment this for Gary Milner. So hits the black first. That will go back. $58 points the difference. 67 available. This could catch the black as well. So another foul on the black ball. If he misses it this time, he's going to need snookers. Oh, he just caught the red beautifully there, but he's left the red ball to the centre pocket. There's also an opportunity to go up to the top left. Just grazing off that. So, a long way back here for Gary Milner. Well, definitely needed to open up the balls a little and bring the black into play, but it's a big ask here for Gary to. It's not out of the question, it's not impossible, but very difficult. Oh, what a fantastic shot that is. So Gary now needs snookers. Rodions has just played the best part of the match so far. That was an incredible shot. And this frame well and truly in the hands of Latvia's Rodions Judins. He's kind of bossed the last two frames. And when he's bossing in the potting department, you know you're in trouble because he's a magnificent safety player. A tournament best of 145 will just show you that he's well capable. He'll be enjoying these shots. It gives him a bit more time on the table. He'll be playing a little looser now because the frame is in the bag. Well, Gary Milner took the opening frame with a very impressive break of 96. The second frame dominated by Rodions, controlling the frame, finishing it well, and a carbon copy in frame 3. He's controlled it and finishing really well. There you go, one for the crowds. It's 2 frames to 1 in favour of the impressive Rodions Judins. So we're ready with frame number 4. I think for Gary, this is a must-win frame. I know there's a long way to go in this match, but the last 2 frames, the momentum definitely for Rodions. Now here's an early chance to settle things down for Gary, because he hasn't had a whole lot of table time in the last 2 frames. That's great pace on the cue ball here. It's a very good pot. The pot not the most difficult, but the control of the cue ball was impeccable. So what a game that was between Xiao Xing, who played O'Shea Scott, the Chinese player in incredible form, knocking out the 4 frames in no time. 63-6, 71-22, 72-0, 86-0. There's not much the young man can do about that. Well, that's going to send a message around the venue here at the Hotel Marinella in Sofia. Everyone's going to be talking about that for a little while. Just to, I suppose, finally add to that result is we haven't had another match completed. What an excellent shot from Gary Milner. He would so like to keep this going, but the way Rodions has been playing in the last 2 frames, he can't afford to take any huge risks, but he would love to keep this going, he really would. But he's left in a position where he's had to take this brown on. These are magnificent pots from Gary Milner, none of them easy. It was brave there. He knew there was a lot at risk if he missed the brown, but inch perfect. He's unlucky. Very unlucky. Playing the green here. He'd be so disappointed because he was flowing beautifully and he was very unlucky. Just a little too much screw back on the cue ball. Well, that wasn't a good shot. The one good thing is the black is released into the open. The black spot occupied at the moment by a red ball, but the green spot is open and available, but nothing else becomes available. So it's one of these shots to nothing. He wants to play that. Very close again. The cue ball right to the ball cushion. Well, a lot of the matches in the arena at the moment are getting close to the end. Joshua Thoman leads by 3 frames to 1, as does Prin Ratnutka. Another great shot. Now, I'm not sure if this does pot, or does spot, I should say, on the pink spot. If it does, it's not great. So let's see what he's going to do with this. He's got all kinds of situations here. If he's going to play the black, he's got to try and clear one of those reds that's, well, definitely the red that's occupying the spot, so he's declined that. He has to be pinpoint accurate. He is a very precise player. Well, 22 points in the lead at the moment, and queuing well, Gary Milner was unlucky not to be able to keep his earlier visit going, but he's got this shot to the bottom right. Got to be careful with the cue ball to get back out of this situation. And he's been very unlucky again. That's twice that he's been unfortunate with a pot going back into the reds, and he's snooking himself again. This one is not easy. I think that he's trying to go up to the brown here. And he's missed that. Close. That will go straight back. Referee Rodions from England placing the ball back again. He really is an excellent referee. Has refereed some very big games in his days. With the gloves on, the white gloves. He's going to try it again here. Doesn't want to overcompensate too much. That's a very good shot. That could have been a whole lot worse, and Gary's done well there. Wesley Cooper is 3 up on Neil Vincent at the moment, as is Luke Pinches against Stephen Waterproof. So those two players just 1 frame for a spot in the last 64. Peter Devlin 3-1 up at the moment. Joshua Cooper leads by 2 frames to 0. Yaron Badur 2-1 up, and Elmedi Fagane 3-1 up on Kaelan Patel. Not enough pace to get behind the green, but not far away either. Another result, Joseph Kasha from Malta, a 4-0 winner over Vasily Pelic. Well, he wanted to stop, it's not going to. You see exactly what he was trying to do there. He was trying to get on the cushion behind the green, but slight misjudgment. Beautiful shot, lovely pace. Position on the pink ball, he's got to be careful here not to force it. This is a big opportunity for Gary. Another beautiful shot with control, pace and accuracy. Going to work with the pink ball here. When he releases, when he gets the opportunity to release the red on the black spot, he will be able to bring it back down the table. It will make things an awful lot easier for him when that happens. So Gary Milner moving along nicely, 41 points to 4 at the moment. Just clipped the black there, that's okay, it'll help towards the choice of yellow or blue. Needs to pass the pink, and that's okay, he's done that. Very much in control of the sport frame is Gary Milner. When we get into the business end of this fourth frame, this next shot is important where he gets position with the cue ball. He's got 1 red available out in the open. The other 4 balls are a little tied up at the moment, to say the least. So had a good think about this shot. It's very good. He would have liked to be in a fraction more up the table, but gotta be so careful with this. These are always missable. That's excellent. That's not worked out fantastic. I'm wondering, can he see the red left? I don't think so. Looking now to go back up the table. He's 54 points in front here. 59 points available. Black over the pocket. Well, not over it, but very close to the centre right pocket. Looking up towards the yellow ball here, or the brown at least. What an excellent safety shot that is. So giving this his full attention is Gary, this red. Oh, that's so unlucky to knock the black ball in to the pocket. I think it may not spot on the black spot. I think it's going to be very tight with Rod. I'm not going to say anything, Rod, about that. That could happen to anybody. He'll have a little grin on his face now. Didn't think it would spot, it does. Well, that foul on the black has made a difference here, a significant difference in terms of Rodions' approach to this. $47 points behind, no, 46 points behind. He gets this, he'll be 40 points behind, and there will be 51 points available. That's going to bounce. So he's still got to have a look at this. He really can play these shots very well. Super accurate. He's got to have the right way. He's going to get up there for the pink ball or the blue. One of these. He's got to get the red. He's done well. He's had a bit of bad luck himself here. Oh, and it stays out. I thought it was going to fall into the pocket. It doesn't. So he's still alive in this frame. That would have certainly killed off his chances completely. But he's had a lot of luck there. That could have easily fallen. $34 points behind now, and this is the key shot in this particular exchange. And he's played it. Well, he'll want to be covered, and he's got cover as well. It's a good shot. I think he would like to. I think Gary would like to try and knock this black into the cushion somewhere. I know he'd love that. The brown ball is in a good position for him, as is the green. Oh, it's a chance here for Rodions. Not an easy one, but it's a chance. Excellent pot again. Looking at the scoreboard and the points required. Taking the yellow. There will be 31 points between the players, with 35 points available if he gets this yellow. Doesn't want to touch the blue. That's an excellent. Oh, but he's overrun slightly, has he? I think he could be okay. Well, the green and the brown are not helping his cause, but he's brought himself right back into this frame. Got a chance to move the brown here. He's got to pot the blue first. Looking at the pink as well. He would, if he gets this, be still in pursuit of a fantastic comeback. He's got the shot. He's given himself some sort of a shot into the centre pocket, and he didn't take on the cut, but he's brought the just a bit more pace on this than he would have liked, but he just touches it. He's unlucky. It's going to be tense. These next few shots are going to be very important. He didn't get the cue ball to the position he really wanted, and he's left a chance here for Gary Milner. Not an easy pot, but we've seen him pot some absolutely fantastic shots. Oh, that is so unlucky. That was so close. We've seen him pot some really, really difficult shots in this match, and he was so close there. Really difficult. Oh, he's unlucky. It doesn't hold. And Gary's looking at the centre pocket here. He's missed again. Rodions Judins has fought his way back into this frame. I'll go back to the very unlucky roll of the balls for Gary Milner, knocking in that black to the centre right pocket. Gave Rodions a real lifeline here and a bit of flexibility with what he had to pot, and it's brought him to this position now. Can't afford to make a mistake. 25 points behind, 27 points available. chance of a pot here. And the cue ball will be going in the area he wants. He misses the pot. He's had a bit of luck there, to say the least. What a difficult shot this is, because under normal circumstances I think that Gary would be quite happy to play this shot, but these are not normal circumstances, and this is a shot that he can't just afford to touch up to. He's got to have a bit of pace on it. He's got the pace. Has he got the shot? Oh, he's unlucky. There's definitely another snooker coming up here if Rodions doesn't fancy that to the centre pocket. It's a very good snooker. Puts the yellow ball up around the vicinity of the green. The blue isn't that easy. That's kind of tied up as well. So another difficult snooker for Gary Milner to negotiate. Oh, he's so unlucky. Well, Rodions is quite comfortable sitting at the moment, and I can't see that changing any time fast. That was so close. A tremendous effort to hit the yellow. Doesn't have to do a whole lot different here. Well, that's slightly further away, so inside Gary Milner's mind, he'll be doing a bit of adjustment. The first one extremely close, the second one slightly further away. These points are crucial at the moment. 8 points back makes such a difference to this frame. He's overcompensated here. So this is the fourth attempt, 12 points given back to Rodions. Well, that's through the gap. This is highly frustrating for Gary Milner. He was in total control of this frame. A real roll of bad luck knocking the black in gave Rodions an opportunity to come back into the frame. He played excellently in that pursuit, and he's laid a really difficult snooker. Attempt number 5 here. Now just 9 points between the players. This looks better. No, in fact. This rule can be so cruel. Just 5 points between the players now. Attempt number 6. Well, this is heartbreaking for Gary Milner. Attempt number 7 here. If he misses this, incredibly, Rodions will go into the lead. I just wanted to have a look. Why would he play when he's got this situation here? Oh, that was very like the first attempt. That was so close. This is so difficult. The Rodions won't care. The points are mounting up for him. If he keeps going like this, it will be Gary who needs snookers. That's an incredible twist in this frame. Yes, he gets it. Wow, that was some swing around in points. Rodions now leads by 11 points after what was a horror story for a wild effort. Gary Milner, a chance to move the green here. Well, he hit it with pace. It's going to come back up the table. Good bit of side on that ball. He could be coming back down to the pink and black again. No, just decides to play the shot across the table. Hasn't got enough on that. So Gary's just got to get himself composed here and get himself back into this frame. It's still there for him. It's a good shot. When you're playing against Rodions, you're thinking, hang on, I might have a chance here, and then his cue ball control gives you zero chance of the pot. Trying to hit this with a gentle bit of swerve. It's a good shot. say that Rodions is a tough opponent is an understatement. He really is a match player. Well, look to go behind the black here. Oh, he's unlucky. It was a good effort. Now the blue is not in the greatest of positions for potting, so that will be in Rodions' mind as well. Well, this is going to nick the... No, it didn't. I thought it was going to nick the pink. There was a potting opportunity here. Doesn't take the pot. Doesn't take the pot on, so Rodions Judins was dead and buried in this frame. He is now, well, he's been unlucky there to catch the knuckle of that centre pocket, but the green in a safe position. He was dead and buried. Now he's in control of this frame. Momentum in snooker. It's a fascinating thing, isn't it? There's nice pace on the cue ball here. Very, very nice shot from Gary Milner. So some more results coming in now. Wesley Cooper, a 4-0 winner against Neil Vincent. Well, won't catch much finer than that. The green just barely touched the paint of the green ball there. It was very fine. Well, will Gary Milner take this on? I think he has to. The angle is good. In the end, he's decided to play for the snooker. He's really unlucky not to get it. Peter Devlin, a 4-0 winner, a 4-1 winner, I should say. Luke Pinches has beaten Stephen Waterper by 4 frames to 0. And a win for Thailand's Prin Ratmutka. He's defeated Adam Appas by 4 frames to 1. We'll have a look at how these matches slot into the last 64 phase of this championship. Well, Gary Milner has been unlucky on a few occasions now not to get that cue ball behind the black. I'm just wondering, will Rodions have a go at this? Because it's tricky to play safe off that. Oh, very close to making the connection, but he didn't have the double kiss. Oh, the blue is no mood, and that will suit Gary, but it's gone back in behind the black. But that's another good area if you want to lay a snooker. Lovely drag on the cue ball there. Just getting a bit of stop on it there, controlling the cue ball, but he always seems to make the object ball safe. If he gets the snooker, that's the bonus. That was a poorly thought out shot, really, to be honest. I'm not going to say it was unlucky. He was throwing that ball in around the pocket, and that makes no sense to me. Chance for Rodions to get back up the table off this green. Needs cue power. Beautiful. Beautiful shot. Excellent side on the cue ball. And now this is frame ball for me. He gets this. Gary, incredibly, will need snooker. Just making sure of the pot there. 20 behind is Gary, just 18 points available. Wow. That's the only word I can use for that and for this frame. Looking very focused and composed. It's Rodions Judins. He lays the snooker from hell and gets back into this frame and ends up winning the frame and taking a lead of 3 frames to 1. He's just 1 frame away from a place in the last 64. Rodions, 3-1 ahead. Frame number 5 coming very, very soon. So we're ready to get underway with frame number 5. Just waiting for Rodions to return to the arena here. What an absolutely strange frame that was. A really difficult snooker, but that would have broken Gary Milner's heart because he was so in control of that frame. Coming back with a really difficult snooker and winning that frame. Couldn't have guessed for a second that that was going to happen. But it will be Rodions to break. He leads by 3 frames to 1. 1 frame away from victory and a place in the last 64. Gary's got a lot to do here. He's got to win the next 3 frames. I wonder how you deal with that. It's another excellent break off from Rodions Judins. Well, he hasn't had a ton of luck, so maybe he deserves something there. I think of the last frame, I just go back to that black ball going into that centre right pocket. What a pivotal moment that was in the frame. It's a great shot again. 5 reds loose at the moment. Make that 6, it's a very good safety shot. Rodions just having a look to see will he push that red. That's just to the bottom left of this cluster, closer to the pocket. And the red at the bottom of the pack could have went in, wasn't far away, but good safety play as per usual with this Latvian player. There's the cue ball going here into the pocket again. There was 7 matches, or there was 14 matches, I should say, that started at 10 a.m. this morning, and just 7 remain now, and that is a fantastic pot, and he's in. Well, on table 3, Sebastian Milewski is on the verge of winning that match against Joshua Thormond. Enjoyed watching this very talented Polish player yesterday. He had to win his match to secure his spot in second place in the group, and finished with a fantastic visit to the table, and he is now pushing towards the place in the last 64. Sebastian, a very nice young man, very good snooker player. Zai almost over the line as well. He's leading by 3 frames to 1 against Georgiev. Shaka Ruberg from Israel trailed by 1 frame to 0. He now leads by 3 frames to 2. Rory McLeod has just taken the lead in his match. He leads by 2 frames to 1. And another Israeli player, Yaron Boder, 3-1 up in his match. So a nice build-up of points, 41 points front here in this 5th frame. Well, you hope he doesn't get too much of a bounce, but he does. He's left the 2 corner pockets with reds available. That's a rarity to see him miss that, because he doesn't miss much. And a lifeline handed to Gary Milner. So I gave out a correct score earlier. I think it's been readjusted. Kailan Patel wins by 4 frames to 2. He beat Elmedi Pagani. So 4 frames to 2 from last year's Junior Championship runner-up. He will play Mario Milosevic. Chance here for Gary Milner, who is fighting for his championship life here. Needs to win the remaining 3 frames, and already 40 points behind, so cannot make a single error here. We had a fantastic opening frame, but since then he's just been broken down by Rodions. Well, his focus will be 1000%, because every shot he plays here keeps him alive in this WSF championships in Sofia. Great game coming up in the last 64. Nicolas Martrot of France will play Thailand's Prin Ratmukta. That should be a good game. Well, this is where it gets difficult. The pot is missable, but position is the key element to this shot, and any mistakes here and he's going to get punished. Well, when you're under that much pressure, you have to pot every ball and win every frame. It just makes the shot so much more difficult. This is a match-winning opportunity for Rodions Judins, and he will not take this for granted, I can tell you. His focus has been excellent. Wesley Cooper, he'll play Joel Connolly in the last 64. And Luke Pinches will play Chris Peplow. Mathilde Chacol will get to play Zhao Xing, who just finished his match in record time. That should be a good one. Stuart Carrington will play against Joseph Kasha, another 4-0 winner in his match. He's getting close to booking his spot in the last 64. Michael Larkoff waiting for the winner of this match. $40 points in front. 59, oh sorry, I should say 67 points available. The game now 2.5 hours old. Okay. He will probably just drop this in dead weight, or maybe try and move the red. And he hasn't done either, and he's going to run out of position here. It's another 7 points. $59 points still available. Extremely tough situation for Gary Milner. Well, he'll want to try and stop this exactly where that red ball is, even a little bit further back, a couple of millimeters back. Awesome. It's the only word I can use. Well, I can tell you Michael Larkoff will be watching this. They know each other well. It's going to be a great game. If you can see this frame out, Rodions. He's in pole position. What can Gary Milner do? It's not impossible, but it's extremely difficult to see how he can get himself back into this frame and stay alive in this match and stay alive in this championship. I think the less said about that. Shot probably the better. One more pot, and Gary Milner will require snookers. Sense of inevitability at the moment. Lucky not to catch the blue there. And that is a fantastic shot. The pink ball is the obvious choice for position. And that surely is that. Well, Gary's continuing. He's going to battle to the end, but he's got to climb a mountain here. So many snookers required. Well, let's continue on. Strange decisions. Maybe he was forced into that pot, but it's a good shot. not get inside the head of Rodions Judins, because Rodions will stay out there until midnight if he has to. $35 points on the table, 49 in front. It's a very good shot. That's missed. So there are 4 points back for Gary. Not a great shot. Well, he won't be happy with that. He's left the red ball down here, and it's a great opportunity for a snooker. Well, not the most difficult snooker, if it is a snooker in the world, to get out of. Hard to see the angle. Very well played. Well, just a gentle drop into the centre pocket here should be more than enough to end this match. Well, it is conceded in the end. What a performance from Rodions Judins. I think they might start calling him the Latvian sniper, because he doesn't miss anything. Excellent win. 4 frames to 1 in the end. Fantastic start for Gary Milner. Had a bit of bad luck, to say the least, but Rodions still had to do the work, and he led an incredible snooker, which changed the frame completely around. And then comes into this 5th frame and plays controlled, sensible, but also exciting snooker. It's Rodions Judins. He will go through to meet Michael Larkoff in the last 64. He wins this match by 4 frames to 1. We'll be back very shortly with our next match. It's going to be a good one too. Mark Joyce against Chian Chen, and that's your next commentary game. But the Latvians will be smiling. I hope you're smiling at home if you're watching us here, because Rodions Judins has made it through to the last 64.